Hey, Steve Kortyka here, and today I'm going to be talking about the altered dominant chord as well as the tritone substitution, and hopefully explaining how both of these two chords function in almost the identical same way. So the first chord that I was playing over at the very beginning was a C7 altered chord. I'm going to be playing everything on my C melody saxophone, so that way everything transposes directly to the piano. So voicing a C7 altered chord on the piano is going to be root, third, seventh, sharp 9, and flat 13th. So whenever I think of an altered chord, I'm thinking of entirely altered extensions with your root, third, and seventh main chord tones. If we were to change the root note of a C7 altered chord to F sharp, and this is where the tritone substitution comes in, so if we take the C and we just make it an F sharp and keep the exact same notes up top, then you have an F sharp 7 chord with all natural extensions. So let's hear that spelled out. You have root, flat 7, third, and then you have natural 13 and natural 9. Let's hear it one more time as a C7 altered. Root, third, flat 7, sharp 9, flat 13. And now we're just going to move the root from C down to F sharp. So now with this information, what this is going to let us do is take any dominant chord material that we know how to play. For example, in this situation, it's going to be F sharp 7 dominant chord material. If we learn anything over F sharp 7, it's probably going to work pretty well over a C7 altered chord. So let's take a line. Let's take an F sharp 7, just kind of stock dominant lick. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's hear the same line over a C7 altered dominant. So hopefully you can hear that even though the line is identical, it sounds very different when in the context of natural extensions versus when in the context of completely altered extensions. The way that we can use this information is, let's say we're playing over a 2-5-1 progression in the key of F major. So you have G minor 7, C7, F major 7. Let's check out this line, and first we're going to play only natural extensions on the 5 chord. Let's check out what this sounds like. So pretty straightforward there. All natural extensions, and we're going G minor 7, and then when we get to the C7, we're just playing a riff based off of that root C. So now let's try playing G minor 7, and then we're going to play C7, but we're going to play C7 altered. And when we get to that C7, instead of playing a C7 riff, we're going to just take that exact same riff and then play it in F sharp 7. And let's see what that sounds like. So hopefully you can hear that when F sharp 7 is played over the top of a C7 altered sound, it matches the chord almost perfectly. I think the challenge of navigating altered chords is that it does put you in a key center a tritone away from the key center that you're used to playing in. So we're going from a relatively easy key or familiar key of C7 and now having to play over F sharp 7 in order to make this chord sound good. My experience has been, though, with practicing this tonality, it's actually taught me to think and play in two keys at the same time in a lot of situations, which has been super liberating. Another way to think of it is that any one line that you learn over a dominant chord can be used over the Tritone Sub's altered chord. So let's just take, for example, a G7 line. That sounds great over G7. It's also going to sound great over So with this knowledge, try taking some dominant chord material that you know really, really well and using it over an altered dominant chord. Another thing that you can do is when you're playing over a 2-5 in a chord progression, try, instead of playing over the 5 chord, playing over the tritone sub of that 5 chord. By experimenting in this way, you're going to start to become more and more comfortable and familiar with the altered dominant sound as well as the tritone substitution, both at the same time. If you're looking for more theoretical explanations and harmonic information regarding more advanced jazz harmony, then consider checking out a PDF I created called 71 Extended Lines Over Common Tonalities. There I cover what I consider to be the most common sounds that you find over any standard chord progression and build basically long lines that clearly define these chords and are melodious to play. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching, and please feel free to like and share the video with anybody you think might find this information useful. Don't forget to make time to have fun in your practice sessions, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions about anything. Be well.